Hey guys, whoops, try number 2 of, welcome to a new series known as How to Plane. Basically, how this works is that you guys, comment down below which plane I should review, and I will give quick tutorials and tips on how to use it. Now, I was gonna do the Hampton originally, but the thing is that it was just, I don't know, the video got corrupted, and, it got corrupted twice. I tried doing 2 videos on this thing, they both got corrupted. So today we're going over to the Hudson. Yes, sirree, the beginning bomber to the B-25 and the B-26. The Hudson, well, it's not necessarily a bomber you can just, get with the money transferring. You are going to have to do some ad watching along with it. But for those of you who are wondering what they want to buy with their 1,500 coins, well, let's check out the Hudson. The Hudson is your basic starter bomber. It doesn't have the biggest payload in the game, but it can pack a punch. At first, you get 8 100-pound bombs. After that, you get 4 250s, and then after that, you get 2 500s, which is kind of equal to the Dauntless's payload. And obviously, it has a 30 caliber turret. Now, if you guys have looked in the archives of my channel, you'll see that I've done a video on this before. However, I feel like I haven't fully fleshed out this thing. So, once again, we're gonna hop back in the seat of the good old Hudson. And why not start it off then go into realistic mode? Let's go in Pearl Harbor. We're gonna create our own match, of course. Now, a little bit of backstory on the Hudson. So, the Hudson. It was made in very early World War II. Like, when it was just beginning. And basically, the Americans decided to design this light bomber / reconnaissance airplane. Later on, it was used by the Brits as a reconnaissance and bomber, being able to equip torpedoes just in case of a submarine or depth charges. And it'd be really cool to see them add that in, but they probably aren't, which is fine by me. And it was an all-around light bomber, and it was also used for paratrooping missions, as you can see with its hull. The Hudson only requires 3 main pilots: the pilot, bombardier, and the gunner. Each and every one of them have to rely on each other to uphold the mission. But we're gonna be going, so this light bomber is a really good beginning bomber, as I would say, It's a light bomber, it can carry a light payload, but, it can still do some damage. And this is also, this is basically just a way to get you started in, bombing. Of course, you could go for the Hampton if you guys wanted to, but its bomb sight is kind of ridiculous. And I'll probably go over that eventually. But yeah, Hudson, pretty good bomber. So, we're gonna take off. This thing is also really smooth, Its controls handle beautifully. And, it can gain some speed. And, again, pretty good. Pretty good bomber. It also has a pretty decent climb rate, too. But so, like I said, this is I'd usually recommend this as a starter bomber for all of you new players to Wings of Duty who want to be bomber pilots. Because, again, it can really ease you in on how bombers are going to work in this game. Now, obviously, with the new features, such as a map added in, it's kind of going to be, I'm going to have to increase my altitude first, and then look at the map. Alright, where are we supposed to be heading? It's going to be kind of semi-challenging, because I don't want to land in the mountains on accident, because that can happen. I have no idea. But yeah, I mean, it's a really good bomber. It's one of those bombers that can ease you in. It's got pretty standard defense, just 130 caliber turret. But if you guys saw my Hudson video before, which is really old. But yeah, if you saw it before, the flying anti-air one, you'll know that 130 caliber turret in the hands of the right gunner, aka Charlie, can be really devastating. So, again, I recommend this as a starting bomber. It has some form of defense. I mean, of course, it's a light bomber. It won't have, the most heaviest defense like the B-26 or any of that. And I mean, pretty much all it takes is probably just one Spitfire or something to take it down. But if you're really good in the thing, you could probably leave a mark on that Spitfire before you go down. Hopefully. There we go. There's our target. So we are kind of heading on course. Let's kind of go on full course. But yeah. The Hudson's bomb load's also a pretty good beginner bomb load. I mean, of course, its end bomb load, the heaviest bomb load of it, is pretty much equal to the Dauntless. But the Dauntless is for players who want to dive bomb and all that. This is for players who want to actually, be a bomber. Which is why I recommend the Hudson. Now, as you see here, there's a ton of empty space through here. Here's another suggestion I have for Wings of Duty. It'd be cool to see them add in paratroopers. Now, hear me out on this, okay? How the paratroopers would work is, say you dropped them at an enemy airbase. And they would basically raid the airbase. Now, it could be a success, it could be a fail. It's ultimately 50-50 depending on what paratroopers you drop. And I think the Hudson would be a really good template for that. Because, like I said before, it was used as a paratrooper plane before. So we're going to check on the map once more. Oh god, we're off destination. We're really off. See, that's the thing with the map. It's kind of like you got to check it constantly to make sure that you're not, completely drifting away from the target. Which is fine and everything. I mean, it is realistic mode. That's what you're going to have to expect. But, I mean, when you think about it, it does kind of get tedious and annoying. But, I mean, it's Wings of Duty. It's a realist. It's a World War II plane simulator, okay? And if it's gonna be a simulator, it might as well simulate the hardships of a pilot. Now, as you see here, we're just doing some basic reconnaissance and everything. So, yeah, let's look at the other compartments. We got the 30 caliber gunner up top. Pretty good. He could aim behind, he could aim to the side, he can even aim to the front, which is a pretty good trait when you think about it. And it has 10,000 rounds in it. However, this is going to be your only line of defense, this 130 cal gunner. So you're going to have to control it quite often. And, I mean, frankly, because the gunners in this game aren't the best, I mean, there are times where they can really be the MVP and, absolutely devastate an aircraft without you having to help. But, I mean, when it's only one gun, you might as well take control of it, because knowing the gunners on their own aren't the most effective against a skilled pilot. But yeah, let's look at the bomb load here. I don't know why, but doesn't it looks like it could obviously fit 2 more 500-pound bombs. I don't know. It kind of seemed ridiculous. Yeah, look at that, man. It was good. So we should be on target now. Oh, yeah, there's the fleet. Now, for those Now, how to really, if you want to be really realistic about this, and you want to spot the fleet on your own without the map, usually use your bombardier, okay? Because he can zoom out really far. Or he can zoom in really close. So, like, he's really good for being a spotter. And that's usually what I used for, you know, my main... That's usually what I use to scout out and find the enemy fleet. Just, you know, use the bombardier and you'd locate them. It was a really effective strategy at the time, but since they added in maps, you know, all you had to do is look at the map. So, we got the fleet over there. We're gonna obviously go in and we're gonna drop our 2 bombs on that 1 carrier. Again, these types of videos will be short because all I'm doing is just a quick tutorial on how you should use a plane. Now, the Hudson bomber, I mean, it's more of a medium/high, semi-high altitude bomber. It can definitely do some quote-unquote high altitude bombing, but I think it's usually good in more medium levels. Because, I mean, for a light bomber, it's surprisingly slow. I mean, it is a bomber, but you get the gist. So, we gotta line up on this target quickly. And prepare to drop target. That's another thing about the Hudson. It's pretty slow, and that's really good for bomber players because, you know, it gives them time to focus, you know, get onto the target, drop the bombs, and then pull off. I mean, it's really good. And as you see there, we absolutely devastated that carrier. It's still alive, yes, but I mean, we've done what we had to do. We've put her down. So that carrier is inoperable. It is in no way, shape, or form to carry any sort of airplanes on that anymore. And now we're gonna head back to base. Alright. So yeah, good bomber. It's bombardier. It's really good. It has some good defense. It's really comfortable and smooth to use. And its bombardier scope is really easy to utilize. And everything. So, definitely a beginning bomber I would recommend for any of you new Wings of Duty players who are looking to get a bomber, but don't know how to, you know, use it. And this is the Hudson's definitely a really good way to ease yourself in. And I mean, again, bombing is really, really simple. All you have to do is get on the target. Once the target reaches the crosshairs of the bomb scope, you drop the bombs. Really basic, but at the same time, you know, really neat. You know, you can do some precise bombing. Because back in the old days of Wings of Duty, I'd always use that red dot, you know, like to drop bombs. That was when, you know, I did the Dauntless and everything. But, you know, now that I know how to actually use the Dauntless and everything, and, you know. So, yeah, good airplane. Crud. But, yeah, it's a really good airplane. Definitely do recommend it. And you know what? If we're gonna end this thing off, why not end it off good old American style? I mean, this was a paratrooping vehicle at some point. We paratrooping out, boys. Look at that, man. Paratroopers. We have left the mother plane. Look at that thing go off in the sunset. It's still flying. I left the throttle on 100%. Lol. But yeah. So in the end, you know, good airplane. It's definitely a plane I recommend. Has good bomb loads. It has good speed and everything. It's pretty much it has all the basic functions that a starting bomber needs. Or it has all the basic functions that could ease in a new, you know, bomber pilot. So in the end, definitely go for the Hudson if you are new to Wings of Duty bombing. Now see you later for more how to plane. And by the way, comment down below on which plane I should review next. See you later. And this is how to plane. Actually, and one more quick thing. I know I'm kind of like just stretching out the video. So Blytix, aka Joseph Stalin, has recommended me to play World Conqueror. Well, I'll be playing that game later on today. I definitely have not forgotten. See you later.